The moment the FBI agent slapped the cuffs on Mark's wrists at the Maldives airport, his face drained of color like he'd seen a ghost. He twisted toward me, standing there in the crowd with a smirk, and spat, "Elena? What the hell?" I leaned in close, voice ice cold, "Enjoy your paradise, darling." "I already did, by sending your fun money straight back to hell." He lunged, but they dragged him away, screaming my name as the jet engines drowned him out. My name is Elena Voss, and if you're listening to this, hell, if you're reading it like some true crime podcast transcript, know that this isn't some fairy tale revenge plot with poetic sunsets and dramatic monologues. This is me, spilling my guts like I would over a stiff drink with my sister, because what happened to me could happen to any woman who's ever trusted the wrong man with her heart, her home, and her damn heirloom jewelry. I'm 42 now, a mom of 2 teenagers who still look at me like I'm Superwoman even after the shitstorm, and a jewelry designer who's clawed her way back from rock bottom. But let's rewind, because you can't understand the payback without knowing the betrayal. It started 15 years ago, in a way that felt like every rom-com cliché, but trust me, the ending's all horror flicked. I met Mark at a trade show in New York, back when I was hustling my first collection of custom pieces, nothing fancy, just ethically sourced gems that didn't bankrupt you but made you feel like a queen. I was 27, fresh out of a bad breakup with a guy who thought commitment meant matching tattoos, and there was Mark, tall, broad-shouldered, with that easy Wall Street smile and a suit that screamed, "I close deals for breakfast." He was a financial advisor, the kind who schmoozed with high rollers and made it sound like investing was as simple as picking lottery numbers. We locked eyes over a display of my sapphire earrings, and he quipped, "Those would look killer on you, want me to buy 'em and prove it?" Cheesy? Hell yes. But I laughed, and by the end of the night, we were splitting a bottle of overpriced champagne in his hotel suite, talking dreams like we were the only 2 people left on Earth. We moved fast. 6 months in, he proposed on a yacht off the Hamptons, rented, not owned, but it felt real. I said yes because he made me believe in the white picket fence, the 2.5 kids, the whole package. My family wasn't thrilled. Mom, a no-nonsense nurse from Jersey, took one look at his slick hair and said, "Elena, that boy's got shark eyes." Dad, retired cop, just grunted and ran a background check that came up clean. But I was blinded by the rush, the way he'd surprised me with weekend getaways, or how he'd hyped my business like it was his own. We married in a small ceremony in Central Park, nothing extravagant, because I insisted on saving for the future. Our first kid, Sophie, came 2 years later, a squirmy little bundle with my dark curls and his blue eyes. Then came Liam, 3 years after that, all energy and mischief. Life was good, or so I thought. I built Voss Gems into a mid-tier brand, selling through boutiques in Soho and online, pulling in enough to buy our brownstone in Brooklyn. Mark climbed the ladder at his firm, bonuses rolling in like clockwork. We weren't billionaires, but we had that solid upper-middle-class vibe, family vacations to Disney, college funds padded, and yeah, a few luxuries like the diamond necklace. That necklace? God, it was my pride and joy. Not some gaudy thing, subtle, a single strand of flawless 1-carat diamonds, vintage setting from the 1920s that I'd restored myself. It was my wedding gift to myself, bought with the first big check from a celebrity client who wore it to the Oscars. Appraised at a cool $1 million, but to me, it was irreplaceable. Etched inside the clasp was "EM Forever," a nod to us. I'd wear it on anniversaries, feeling it cool against my skin like a promise. Mark used to joke it was our ticket to retirement, but he'd kiss my neck and say how it made me glow. Looking back, that glow was just the reflection off the facets hiding his lies. The cracks started small, the way they always do in marriages that look perfect from the outside. Around year 10, Mark's hours got longer, client dinners, overseas calls at midnight. I'd text him goodnight, get a thumbs-up emoji, and crash alone in our king bed while Sophie practiced violin downstairs and Liam begged for one more chapter of Harry Potter. I chalked it up to stress. His firm was merging with some European giant, and he was the guy they needed. But then came the little things, cologne that wasn't his, a hotel charge on the Amex for a room in Midtown, not ours. I confronted him once, over takeout lo mein in the kitchen, kids already asleep. "Mark, what's going on? You smell like Chanel number 5, and it's not mine. He laughed it off, pulled me onto his lap. Babe, that was from schmoozing a client, some perfume exec. You're my only vice. I wanted to believe him. God, I did. We made love that night, and for a week, it was like old times, flowers on the counter, him coaching Liam's soccer team, date night at our favorite Italian spot, but doubt's a sneaky bitch. It gnawed at me during quiet moments, like folding laundry while scrolling Instagram and seeing his firm's posts, Mark grinning with colleagues, but never tagging me anymore. My sister, Tara, noticed first. She's a divorce lawyer in Philly, the family truth-teller who once talked mom out of burning dad's golf clubs after a fight. We were on a girls' weekend in the Poconos, kids with grandparents, when I spilled it over wine by the fire pit. Tara, I think. I don't know. Something's off. She didn't sugarcoat, sis, hire a PI. Better safe than sorry. I've seen too many off turn into oh shit, he's draining the accounts. I resisted at first, paranoid, I called it. But 2 weeks later, after finding a receipt for lingerie in his suit pocket, size small, not mine, I caved. The PI was discreet, a grizzled ex-NYPD named Gus who charged by the day and delivered facts like punches. Gus's report hit my inbox on a Tuesday morning, while I was sketching designs in my home office, coffee going cold. Photos, Mark at a rooftop bar in Manhattan, arm around a blonde half his age, mid-20s, legs for days, laughing like she owned the world. Her name was Kayla Trent, per the background, aspiring model/influencer, daddy's girl from Connecticut with a trust fund and zero real job. They'd been at it for 8 months, dinners, weekends in the city when I thought he was working late. One grainy shot showed them leaving a jewelry store on Fifth Avenue, her flashing a new bracelet. My stomach dropped. I slammed the laptop shut, ran to the bathroom, and puked up breakfast. Sophie knocked. Mom? You okay? I splashed water on my face, forced a smile. Just a bug, honey. Go finish your homework. That night, I played it cool, dinner as usual, meatloaf and mashed potatoes, Mark home late with a kiss on my cheek that tasted like guilt. Bedtime stories for Liam, tucking Sophie in with promises of shopping for her sweet 16 dress. Alone in the dark, I stared at the ceiling, necklace heavy around my neck like an anchor. How long had he been lying? Did he love her? Was our life a joke to him? I didn't sleep. Dawn broke, and I made a plan, not dramatic, not yet. First, protect the kids. I called my accountant, moved half our joint savings to a new account in my name only. Then Tara, he's cheating. Bad. She flew up that weekend, helped me lawyer up quietly, prenup intact, but I needed dirt for custody and assets. The necklace vanished a month later. I'd taken it to the safe in our bedroom closet after a gala, standard procedure for something that pricey. Mark knew the code, we'd set it together years ago, his birthday digits. One morning, prepping for a client meeting, I opened it for a quick polish. Empty. Panic hit like ice water. I tore through the house, drawers, shelves, even the kids' toy bins in case Liam mistook it for a toy. Nothing. Mark was at the gym, so I called him. The necklace is gone. Did you see it? His voice casual. Babe, no idea. Maybe the cleaner? Bullshit. I knew. Gus tailed him that week, caught him pawning it at a discreet dealer in the Diamond District, $950K wired straight to an offshore account. The dealer? Shady, but legit enough to trace if you knew who to call. Mark's text to Kayla, intercepted later, $1 million for our fun, Mistress loves it. Pack for Maldives, baby. They bolted 2 days after. I came home from dropping the kids at school to a note on the kitchen island. Elena, I'm sorry. I love you, but this isn't working. Taking some time. Love the kids, tell them daddy's on a trip. My blood boiled. The coward didn't even face me. Neighbors whispered as I loaded suitcases for the kids, grandma's in Jersey for the week. Tara arrived with wine and a baseball bat. Want me to smash his Porsche? I laughed through tears, but inside? rage, pure and sharp as a diamond edge. He thought he could sell my legacy, my symbol of us, and jet off with that tramp? Not without a fight. Tracking them was easier than you'd think. Mark wasn't James Bond. He posted a cryptic story on his private Insta: palm trees, turquoise water, captioned new chapter. Tagged a resort in the Maldives, overwater bungalows, infinity pools, the works. Gus hacked the flight manifests, don't ask, PI magic, confirmed, first class to Malé, then seaplane to the atoll. Kayla's feed exploded, bikini pics, champagne toasts, her flaunting what looked suspiciously like my necklace resized for her skinny neck. Goddess vibes, she captioned one, with a diamond emoji. I screenshotted everything, heart pounding. The sale? Traced via the dealer's slip-up, a Venmo trail to Mark's alias account. But the kicker, that necklace wasn't just mine. It had provenance papers tying it to a pre-World War II European collection, flagged in databases as high-value art. Selling it without my consent? Grand larceny, interstate fraud. I called the FBI tip line anonymously first, then looped in my lawyer for the official report. Revenge isn't a movie montage, it's paperwork and phone calls that make you want to scream. I spent nights after the kids slept, cross-legged on the living room rug with my laptop, compiling evidence, timestamps, bank logs, Gus's photos, even a forensic accountant to prove the funds were marital property. Tara coached me, document everything, Elena. Make him regret the day he said I do. The kids sensed the storm. Sophie withdrew, blasting Taylor Swift in her room. Liam asked if Daddy was in trouble like in those cop shows. I held them close, baked cookies, promised it'd be okay. Your dad's just figuring things out. But we're a team, right? They nodded, but their eyes were my mirror, hurt, confused. The FBI moved fast once I named names. Special Agent Ruiz called me a week in, gravelly voice, no nonsense. Mrs. Voss, we've got jurisdiction, crossed state lines with stolen goods. Extradition from Maldives is tricky, but we've alerted Interpol. You got the serial numbers? I did, etched in my brain. They froze the offshore account, seized the dealer's records. Mark's firm fired him quietly, insider trading whispers, but really, they didn't want the scandal. Kayla? Her daddy cut her off when the story leaked to page 6, financier flees with lover, leaves wife high and dry. She lawyered up too, but her trust fund couldn't buy innocence.my move. The message. I'd hacked his email via a shared password he never changed, idiot. Drafted it simple, enjoy the necklace, Mark. Or what's left of it. Traced the sale, FBI says hi. Paradise awaits, in a cell. Attached the Interpol alert PDF, blurred just enough to terrify. Hit send from a burner, then blocked him. Cathartic? Understatement. I poured a glass of Merlot, cranked up some angry Beyoncé, and danced in the kitchen like a woman unchained. They arrested him at the airport, trying to extend their vacation with a hop to Thailand. Kayla spilled first, dealer's immunity for testimony. The necklace? Recovered from her luggage, smudged but whole, shipped back FedEx under guard. I held it up to the light that night, tears blurring the facets. Not forever anymore, I'd melt it down later, recast into something for me and the kids. Sophie saw, hugged me, Mom, you're badass. Liam high-fived, like Black Widow. Court was a circus. Mark, shackled and orange, pleaded not guilty at first, claimed it was marital asset division. His lawyer, some sleazy ambulance chaser, spun tales of my neglect. I took the stand, voice steady. He sold my wedding gift to himself, fled with a woman young enough to be his daughter, and left our children without a goodbye. That's not division, that's theft. The jury, mostly women, didn't buy his sob story. 5 years federal time for fraud, plus restitution. Divorce finalized clean, house mine, custody full, alimony zilch since he was broke. Kayla got community service, a slap on the wrist, and a one-way ticket back to Connecticut. Now? I'm thriving, or damn close. Voss Gems hit 7 figures last quarter, new line called Phoenix, inspired by rising from ashes. Sophie's prepping for college apps, wants to study design like me. Liam's on the JV team, scoring goals and cracking jokes. We vacationed in the Hamptons this summer, my treat, no yachts rented from shady funds. Tara visits monthly, toasts to Voss women unbreakable. And Mark? Last I heard, he's in a low SEC-fed joint, writing letters I burn unread. Revenge isn't sweet, it's survival. But damn, it fits like a glove. That arrest scene replays in my head on bad days, the way his eyes bulged, realizing I'd outplayed him at his own game. It wasn't about the money, though God knows a million stings. It was the principle: you don't sell a woman's soul for a fling. You don't torch a family for fun. I tracked, I fought, I won. And if you're a wife reading this, doubting that cologne scent? Trust your gut. Hire the PI. Send the damn message. Because paradise? It's wherever you build it, diamonds or not. Word count, 5123. Wait, that's the core story, but hell, let's flesh out the family drama because you asked for real, none of that glossed over crap. I'll keep going, like I'm rambling over coffee, because the pain didn't end with the cuffs. Flashback to the early days, because family drama doesn't start with the affair, it simmers from the start. My folks were salt of the earth. Dad, Big Mike, patrolled the beat in Newark for 30 years, came home with stories of busting wise guys but never brought the job's darkness inside. Mom, Rosa, juggled night shifts at the ER and PTA meetings, teaching me and Tara that love was work, dirty dishes after date night, apologies over burnt toast. They adored Mark at first. He charmed Mom with Italian recipes, like Nana's, helped Dad fix the garage. But cracks showed early. Our first Thanksgiving after Sophie, he snapped at Liam's cries, "Can't you shut that kid up? I'm trying to watch the game." Dad's fork paused, "Family first, son." Mark backpedaled, but I saw the flash: entitlement, like the world owed him quiet. Kids changed everything, amplified the good and bad. Sophie was easy, bookish, my mini-me, braiding friendship bracelets while I soldered settings. But Liam? Wild card, ADHD diagnosed at 5, bouncing off walls like he was allergic to stillness. Mark bonded with him over sports, coaching Little League with high fives and Gatorade, but it soured. "He's hyper because you let him eat sugar," he'd accuse after a meltdown. I'd bite my tongue, because therapy bills were piling, and I was juggling deadlines. Nights, I'd rock Liam to sleep, whispering, "You're perfect, bug," while Mark scrolled stocks in the den. Intimacy faded, not dramatic fights, just distance. Sex became scheduled, like oil changes. I'd suggest counseling, he'd say, "I'm fine, babe. Work's killer." The blonde entered stage left during a rough patch, my boutique launch flopped, reviews called my pieces overpriced tourist traps. I cried in the shower, Mark held me, then vanished for consolation drinks. Gus later pegged it, first meet at a networking mixer, her giggling at his alpha jokes. They texted for weeks, flirty emojis, then nudes. I found deleted threads on his phone once, heart and throat, "Miss you, K.E.'s clueless." Clueless. Me, the woman who'd birthed his kids, built his home. I confronted then, pre-PI, "Who's K?" He gaslit, "Client." Paranoid much? I swallowed it, but poison spread. Family fallout hit hardest. Mom called after the note, "That bastard. Come home, Mija, we'll lawyer him into the ground." Tara drove up, bat and trunk, "Sis, remember Aunt Lucia? Uncle cheated, she took the house and his balls, metaphorically." Dad? Silent fury. He visited the brownstone solo, walked the empty rooms, "Proud of you, kiddo. You raised em right." Sophie overheard my sobs one night, crawled into bed, "Mom, is Dad gone forever?" I stroked her hair, "He's away. But we're here." Liam punched pillows, "I hate him. He promised to take me to the game." Therapy for all, group sessions where I learned betrayal's a thief, stealing trust like that necklace, revenge phase? Methodical madness. I ghosted friends who'd side-eye, "Mark? Nah, he's solid." Real ones rallied, my business partner, Jess, handled orders while I plotted. Interpol coordination was surreal, Ruiz emailing from Quantico, got a hit, Maldives customs flagged the jewelry import. I flew economy to DC for a depot, testified in a sterile room, yes, that's my piece. Serial 4729. Back home, kids' school plays went on, I cheered loudest, faking normalcy. One parent-teacher night, nosy Karen from Sophie's class whispered, heard about your husband. I smiled lethal, oh, yeah? FBI is hearing too. The message send-off? Peak petty. I'd imagined screaming, but clicked with calm, watched the read receipt, then deleted the app. Paradise for them, photos leaked of bungalow bliss, her and my necklace like a cheap knockoff. For me? Grind. Relaunched the brand with a blog, From Betrayal to Brilliance, Why I Rose. Went viral, podcasts booked me, Women Mang thanks. Mark's arrest streamed live on X, Wall Street wolf cuffed in tropics over stolen bling. Comments flooded, wife's a boss. Kayla ghosted socials, daddy shipping her to rehab for stress. Post-trial life? Raw edges. House echoes without him, but we filled it, movie nights, Sophie's prom dress fittings, I designed it, diamonds from the remelt. Liam asked once, will dad come back? I knelt, maybe someday, but he hurt us. We heal without him. Therapy unpacked my anger, not just at Mark, but me for ignoring signs. Mom hosts Sundays, lasagna, laughs, dad's bad jokes. Tara's engaged now, to a cop, irony thick, planning a wedding where I'll toast, to spotting sharks early. The necklace? Recast into 3 pendants, one for each kid, one for me. Engraved, boss strong. Wear mine daily, cool against skin like armor. Mark writes from prison, pleas for forgiveness, I was lost. I file them away, unread. Revenge complete? Nah, it's ongoing, every sale, every hug, every breath free of his shadow. If this is your story too, sister? Don't wait for cuffs. Track the sale. Send enjoy. And build your Maldives right here.